Good morning, afternoon and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela and I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and today I am showing you how to do the open shell stitch. For this stitch you are going to need to know how to do chains, single crochet and double crochet and be able to count up to 5. So it's a really lovely, easy and simple pattern to do. Okay, I have used my DK yarn in a scrap ball. I've not got much left. And of course my old faithful 4mm that's falling apart because the new one hasn't arrived yet in the post. But it's on order. Right, so let's pop over now and find out how to do this and work along making this square together. Okay, so to start with we are going to make a chain of 32. So pop that slip knot on your hook and let's get chaining. Okay, so and now you have your completed chain of 32. Now to start row 1. Okay, so for a row 1, what we're going to do is count back 2 stitches. Oops, sorry. Count back 2 stitches and then place a double crochet into that third stitch from the hook. Now we're going to skip 2 chains and place 5 double crochets into the next one. Once you have those done, we are going to skip 2 and we are going to add a single crochet. Now skip 2 and add 5 into the next. So that is 5 double crochets into this stitch. So you've got those done. We are then going to skip 2 chains and add a single crochet into the third. Right, and now skip 2 chains and add 5 double crochet in. This is the pattern for the whole row. Skip 2 stitches and place a single crochet in. Skip 2, 5 double crochet, skip 2, single crochet. Okay, now it's time for the last shell, so that is skip 2 and add a 5 double crochet. So for the end of this row you should have 2 chains left, and all we're going to do is skip those and place a single crochet at the end. So that is the end of your first row done. If you're following along with me with the squares, you should have 5 of these little shell stitches. Now on to row 2. Okay, so and now for row 2. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chain 5. Now this counts as a double crochet and a chain 2, okay, for this row. So that is chain 5. Now turn your work, and we are going to place a single crochet in the centre of the first shell. Okay, so that is on the stitch, on the double crochet number 3. So it's 1, 2, 3, and there we go. Okay, so a single crochet into there, chain 5. This is a repeat for the entire row. So it is a chain 5, skip all of the stitches and go into the top of the third double crochet in the shell. Chain 5. Skip along to the top of the third double crochet. Oh, pants only did 4 in there. Okay, let's make that up as we go along. Oops. Okay, I will fix it in a moment. Don't panic, I'll do the whole set of rows again. Right, so chain 5. Skip all of these and find that third double crochet and pop a single crochet into the top of it. Chain 5. Skip all your stitches until you find the third, 3, and pop a single crochet in. Okay, so alright, so now time to close off the row. So what we're going to do is we are going to chain 2. Then we are going to be placing a half double crochet into the top of the single crochet from the row below. Okay, so make sure you get both parts of that stitch and then complete your double crochet. Okay, so that is the end of row 2. How quick was that one? Right, so now it's time to close off this row. So to do that, we chain 2 and we place a double crochet into the top of the first single crochet from the row below. Oh, so there we go, there's our double. Okay, and there we are. And that is how your row should hopefully look. Now let's move on to row number 3, 4, 5, 12. Oh, pants. Now let's move on to row 3. Okay, and now it's time for row 3. So to start with, we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. Then into the top of this first stitch, we will be placing a single crochet. Now we are going to be working into the single crochets of this row and placing a 5 double crochet to create, of course, the stitch here. And then we'll be placing a 1 single crochet in to this third stitch in the chain. So it's very simple, and that is it all the way along. Okay, so let's start. We have got, of course, the 5 double crochet. Okay, and then into or around the chain, depending on how you feel, we are going to place a single crochet. I'm going round, I'm cheating, I'm being lazy. Okay, so and now it's back to repeating the pattern again. So that is 5 double crochets into this single crochet spot here. Really, really lovely, really, really easy. Okay. Oh. Then it's your single crochet around the chain. Then then double crochet, sorry, into the single crochet. And there's 5 of those. And that is it pretty much for the entire row. I've nearly finished it now anyway, so I might as well carry on with you. So it's 5 double crochet. Single crochet around the chain. Okay, and now we're up to our last little section. Okay, now it's time for our very last shell of this row. So of course it is 5 double crochets. And then to anchor them off for the end of the row, we're going to count across 2 chains, okay, or count up. We're going to place it in the third chain. There we go. And we're going to place a single crochet, and that anchors it down and finishes off our row. Now all we basically need to do is repeat this row and the row before, so that is row 2 and row 3. What I will do is pop a chapter into this video so that you can automatically click on it, and it will of course take you to the 2 rows. So our next row of course is the chains and jumping across, so that is chain 5, and place a single crochet to anchor it into the top of each of these shells, which is the 3rd double crochet in the shell. Okay, and you do that all the way until you get to the end. Right, I will see you back here in a bit to show you how my square looks. Okay, so here we are at the end of the square. Now for my square I did a total of 7 repeats going up. Okay, so that gives me quite a nice square, or at least a square the same size as my C2C standard square, because that's what I'm trying to model them up against. So all I do now is lay them over each other, and as long as they're pretty much close to it, and that's when I stop. Right, so on to the very last row. Now that should hopefully be for you a row of the chains. So that is the chain 5 and then single crochet into the top of the 3rd double crochet of the shell. Right, so now we're on to the very last bit, which of course is our chain 2 and our double crochet into the top of the single crochet on the last row. Once you've done that, chain up 2, cut off your yarn, so that's cut off your yarn, and then pull up your loop and scooch down your knots. Okay, now it's just a case of sewing in your ends, and this square is all done for this week. Right, so that is it for me for today. I hope you've enjoyed doing this stitch as much as I have. Right, I will see you all again next week for another stitch a week. So if you can, please stay in and definitely stay safe. Ta-ra for now, everybody.